He's ready to go, so are we. At Volunteer Stadium, and the first pitch is strike one to Akito Masuda. Here's their roster again. It'll go 1 through 12 before it turns back over to the top, because this year everyone bats in the lineup even if you're not in the field. Is 1-2. Hit on the ground sharply past Alan Rodriguez in the left. And Akito Masuda's got a leadoff single for Japan. Only the second time in Japan's history at the Little League World Series that they got no hit. Omar Vargas to the bag, and he's got a rifle, and he sailed it high. So Daim Nakano is on.
A lot of these shortstops athletic enough to take it themselves.
Do you always have time to, as this one gets away from Ian Corrales, and Daim Nakano moves up 60 feet.
Chinese Taipei was doing against them.
Well, a patient AB and approach from Hinata Uchigaki. And he works a 5-pitch walk to put 2 on for Japan. Payoff. Outside, heck of a take. And Tsutsui walks with 1 out in the first. 2-2. Strike 3 called. 2 gone. Facing elimination. 2-2. On the ground to short, and it caroms into left. Nakano's in. Uchigaki right behind him, and Japan leads 2-0.
Yeah, and I honestly thought Vargas was in a great position to make the play here at shortstop, because he's actually playing a few steps back from the cut of the infield. Get this view here. It's a 2-hopper, but he just a little slow to get the glove down. The ball was hit extremely hard. Got to give Sakaue some credit. That ball was hit hard.
He waits on a 3-2. Popped up. Short right. Rodriguez circles. And the inning is over. They got 14 players on the roster for their manager, Oliver Arcia. See where he goes now. Matsumoto's 1-2. Stays away, gets the chase. It caroms away, and Omar Vargas is on via the drop third strike in the bottom of the first. Kanto drops down a good one this time, and Akito Masuda throws him out. Perfectly executed. One away from Cesc Rodriguez. Sees the first one go to the backstop, and there's the speed of Omar Vargas moving up 60. 1-2. Bouncing ball to third. Masuda recovers and throws out Rodriguez, and Vargas has to stay put. 1-2 again. Snaps in. Oh, a gorgeous breaking ball. And Yuzuki Matsumoto strikes out 2 in a scoreless first, and Japan leads. Might as well get the biggest ones you can find. Bunt from Kiyu Mizushima. Iker Sanchez couldn't get it there in time. Great bunt from the center fielder for Japan to get on here in the second. Bouncing ball towards second. Rodriguez flips. Vargas turns. 2. We'll see if Japan wants to challenge this. Yes, they will go to review.
See the flip from Rodriguez, the arm from Vargas. It's going to be close. At first glance, it looked like he might have got there in time.
Ooh, that is close. Good call, X. The guy with the great personality's got a big old smile. He's 16 pitches now to the 10 and 11 hitters. This is on the ground and a comebacker right at Sanchez. More sharp PFPs. Payoff. Cut and a miss. There's a strikeout on a heater riding up and in. 3 straight Ks now for Matsumoto. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Yuzuki Matsumoto strikes out the side in the second. Salazar is getting his food on Mike Monaco. It's a ground ball from Shuma Tachibana to Omar Vargas, and there's 1 away with Japan up 2-0 in the third. Single to the pull side his first time. Smokes one and caught by Alan Rodriguez. Hey now.
Well, they call it the hot corner over there. Rodriguez picking it like no problems over there. Look, expect the baseball coming to you hard.
Like that. Know that it's coming sharply to the left side. It's a backside single with 2 outs for Nakano. And he's got another hit here.
Look at what guys in the big leagues, look at what guys in the universities are doing.
Smacks this one in the air to center, but Keto's got room. And the inning is over. The emotions of parenthood. And Iker Sanchez on the bump for Panama. His father Lorenzo watching. And in the bottom of the third, no doubt. This one's popped up to Matsumoto, who runs it down and turns it into two.
I think Matsumoto was thinking his catcher might be jumping out to grab this one. You get the reaction first. You see him look up. It's like, oh, you got it. No, 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 I got it. Dives, and then the wherewithal to understand I can get two here, just throwing it over to first base.
By the time Sakaue turns around, he's walked into a double play. 2-2. Lopez bounces it towards short at Hinata Uchigaki. Heading over. Smack to center on a line, but right at Kanto. Then home runs hit. This is popped up by Yohei Yamaguchi into the shadows and caught by Alan Rodriguez. Nobuaki Sakaue rolls one to short. And Omar Vargas. And 1-2-3.
And especially if you kind of had those feelings before, you relive it.
Hot shot from Adalberto Venado, and he's got the first hit for Panama. Down by 2 in the fourth.
That's the cool thing about these different countries.
Good bunt here from Aymar Lima, and Yuzuki Matsumura didn't get it there. Dropped by Nakano. And so there's 2 on for Panama and their best chance.
And notoriously, Japan plays really good defense.
Alan Rodriguez, first pitch swinging, and it bounces past Masuda. Took a funky hop at the end with English, and they're loaded. Nassim Santos has 2 hits and 3 walks. Lines one into center field, and it's a base hit. Venado scores to the wall. Lima's behind him. They wave around Rodriguez. The throw. Not in time. Panama leads.
I mean, you just talked about the offensive approach that Santos has had so far in this Little League World Series. He gets aggressive here on a pitch right over the heart of the plate and sends it right back where it came from. That's a linea there to center field, and just misplayed by Mr. Sima. It gets all the way to the wall.
Down and away, and a chase from Vargas, who sprints and got there safely. Now rounding third, Santos to the plate, and it's a 2-run lead. Just like that.
And they're going to go check on Vargas here. But again, the margin for error, and this is why the position of catcher is so important here in Little League, because so many pass balls, but does a nice job at keeping this right there by his feet. And then on the throw, for a teaching lesson, Kosaka's got to get on the foul territory part of first base, so he has a lane for Sakaue to make a good throw over.
For an entire country. Reaching out and poking this one to second, and Ruben Kanto's robbed by Daim Nakano, and that's the first out of the inning. On the ground left side, and Masuda cuts it off and gets the force over to Nakano to retire Vargas for out number 2. 0-2. Gas, and it's lined to second at Nakano.
You've done a great job being able to put some runs together.
This is tagged behind second, and it drops in front of Kanto. Matsumura puts together a good AB, and he's on. Payoff. Lines. Fair ball down the line in left. Matsumura stops at second. 2 on with Japan down 2 and nobody out. 1-2. Strike 3 called. Rodriguez pins one to the inside corner. Alan's parents about as composed as him. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back backwards Ks in the 5th. 3-1. Oda tries to check his swing and does. And now they're loaded. 8th pitch. Outside, and it's a 1-run game. And Alan Rodriguez is 0-2 to Masuda. Chopped toward third. Scooped up by Sanchez, and the inning is over. On ESPN. And if you're watching on E2, that's where this game will continue when that one starts. Iker Sanchez grounds out to begin the bottom of the 5th. Bouncer to third. Kosaka for 2 quick ones in the 5th.
Defense coming from a Japanese team.
Ground ball to third. Kosaka sturdy here, and it's 1-2-3. In the air, left field. Aymar Lima tracks and makes the catch. 1 away.
Here, you just can't offer him a heater down the middle.
3-2. It's down, ball 4. Tying run is on for Japan with 1 away in the 6th. 1-2 pitch. On the ground sharply to second. Rodriguez for out number 2. And Uchigaki is now at third. And one of the best bats for Japan coming up in Yohei Yamaguchi. He squares. He drops down a bunt. Rodriguez to first. Not in time. We're tied. A sneak attack bunt.
Only Japan can pull something like this off. The sneak attack bunt with 2 outs down to your last out. And Yamaguchi puts down a perfect one, puts the pressure on the defense of Panama.
0-1. Sakaue, bouncing ball up the middle past Vargas. Yamaguchi scores. Japan leads.
Vargas is playing back deep enough to get to this ball. You see him range to his left here going up the middle. And he just kind of misplayed. The only teaching lesson here is you got to keep this ball in the infield. Easier said than done, wearing it off the chest or something, but
payoff hits the helmet of Matsumoto. Hopefully he's all right. Comes out and runs for himself after taking one off the dome.
Give that deliver and blow.
Bouncing ball. Rodriguez gloves. Ends the inning. 1-2 to Vasquez, and he strikes out. 1-1. Vargas floats it behind first, and Nakano's there. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Japan does it with a stroke of surprise.
You got to credit the fight of Japan coming out early in this first inning, putting a couple of runs together. They did not stop toward the latter part of this game and figured out a way to push across a few more runs. They took advantage today, and they find themselves fighting for another day.
And they come out to respect their opponent, as they always do, and a worthy opponent, well deserved for Team Panama.